Today, let's talk about a travel movement that's not just about changing where you go, but really changing how you experience the world. It's called slow travel, and it's all about making the journey just as incredible as the destination itself.
But to really get why slow travel is catching on, we first need to look at a very, very modern problem: the way a lot of us actually go on vacation.
I mean, think about it. You get home from a trip, you drop your bags, and you just feel completely wiped out. Maybe even more tired than before you left. Does that sound familiar at all? While if you're nodding your head right now, you are definitely not alone. It's a real thing and it's called travel burnout. It's that bizarre feeling when our attempt to relax just ends up making us more stressed. So, what's the culprit? Well, it's often this frantic checklist-style tourism. You know the kind I'm talking about, right? That 5 cities in 7 days whirlwind tour where you're just racing from one landmark to the next, turning your whole trip into one big race against the clock. So, what's the antidote to all this travel burnout? Well, it's a philosophy that completely rethinks the whole point of a vacation. Let's dive into what slow travel is all about.
At its heart, slow travel is a mindset. It's about choosing quality over quantity. So instead of trying to see everything, the goal is to truly experience a place. The focus shifts to connection, to relaxation, and to just soaking in the local culture.
And when you put them side by side, the difference is, well, it's huge. Fast travel is all about a quick pace, laser focused on famous landmarks. Slow travel, on the other hand, is relaxed, it's flexible, and its goal is to really get a feel for local life. You know, this whole idea isn't even new. It actually has its roots in the slow food movement, which was founded by Carlo Petrini. And this quote from him, it just nails it. It really challenges our obsession with speed and suggests that a richer life comes from doing things with more intention, not just doing more things. Okay, so besides feeling more relaxed, which is already a huge win, what are the other tangible benefits of this approach? Let's take a look. The advantages are pretty significant. You get this deep cultural immersion, not just skimming the surface. You genuinely feel less stress and a lot more joy. It can actually be more budget-friendly, believe it or not, and you end up making real, meaningful connections. Oh, and one more huge one, it's so much better for the planet. And let's just pause on that environmental point for a second. The impact of choosing slower ways to get around can be absolutely enormous. Just look at this number. Okay, so what does 91% actually look like? Well, take a super popular trip, like London to Paris. If you fly, you're responsible for about 244 kilograms of CO2 emissions. But if you take the train, that number plummets to just 22 kilograms. That is a staggering difference, and it shows how one simple choice can have a massive impact. But look, it goes way beyond the data. Slow travel is really about creating moments like this. You know, lingering in a local cafe, savoring the flavors, watching the rhythm of daily life, instead of just snapping a photo and running to the next thing on the list. All right, so you're probably thinking, this all sounds amazing, but how do I actually do it? Well, let's look at a few simple, totally doable steps. It really doesn't have to be complicated. You could start by just ditching the jam-packed itinerary to leave room for spontaneous discoveries, or maybe stay in a locally owned guest house instead of a big chain hotel. Prioritize one amazing experience over 5 rushed ones. Heck, even just learning to say hello and thank you in the local language or putting your phone away can make a world of difference. I mean, this could be as simple as exploring a new town on a bicycle instead of in a rental car. When you move at a human pace, you start to notice the little things. The cool architecture, the smell from a bakery, the sound of church bells, all the stuff you'd totally miss otherwise. And it's also about making the travel part itself into an adventure. Choosing a train or a ferry just completely changes your relationship with time. What could have been a stressful flight becomes this relaxing experience where you just get to watch the world go by. So when you add all of this up, you start to see that slow travel isn't just a different style of vacation. It's really a whole new philosophy. And this quote, this really gets to the heart of the whole thing. It's not about having unlimited time or a ton of money. It's about making a conscious choice. It is a state of mind that really anyone can adopt, whether you're on a weekend trip an hour from home or a big journey across the globe. At the end of the day, it's about having the courage to resist that pressure to see it all. It's about prioritizing the journey itself, to create memories that'll actually last,
not because you checked things off a list, but because of the real meaningful connections you made along the way. So, as we wrap up, I want to leave you with a question to think about for your next adventure. What's just one small thing you could do to slow down and really, truly savor the journey?